The gravity model in geography, in terms of borders and borderlands, might look something like this. If you have a large trade block here, which is typically a nation state, and maybe a large trade block here, and maybe, for example, this is a landlocked trade block, and this is a nation state with access to a port. This typically is referred to as a gateway nation state, and the interaction between this large state and this large state all funnels through the gateway state. But indicated by the size of my arrows here, there might be pretty significant volumes of trade or volumes of border crossings, migration of people, and large numbers of interactions in any form or shape. Likewise, if you have say a medium-sized nation state, and it has something of strong value for the large nation state, for example, automobiles or computer electronic goods, there may be a large trade between these two, or again, just any kind of interaction between these two, and those interactions might be, border crossings again, or just volumes of quantity going back and forth of different items. If you have a closed border, however, it might look something like this, where this nation state and this nation state that are right next to each other don't have any interaction whatsoever. The smaller nation states, they don't attract nearly as much, so the flow of goods, the flow of people between these sorts of things might be a little bit smaller, depending on the particular characteristics of those nation states. And that might look something like this here as well. And if something is extremely far away, the attraction, especially far away and small, like this small state here, the attraction between the large nation state and the small one is going to be pretty insignificant, so that the line representing it might look something very small like this. And if you have something that's extremely far away, there may be no trade or interaction whatsoever between the two. So kind of like the gravity in physics, large bodies tend to attract to one another. The small bodies are not as influenced by or the large bodies rather are not as influenced by the small ones, but the small ones are still going to hang in some kind of interactive orbit with the larger bodies. And this is, more or less what the gravity model looks like in general terms in geography.